16-year-old Betty from Magoro Sub-County, Katakwi District is supposed to be either reading or supporting her parents with household chores. Instead, she's nursing her baby. Betty has gone through so much that she can barely speak. She was defiled and impregnated, almost died while delivering, contracted COVID-19, and was stigmatized by her community. She was able to overcome all this because of the unwavering love from her family and support from ActionAid. Betty is slowly beginning to smile again and enjoy her life once more.
Penywa kunere akoke korena jula rosongina konya bwe ndio tengara kengo maragwe uga mucheri sodi konye bo amunyu atotol asigiri ne poyosio dobo dobo ngara kinete wosio che tunga bo bachia achia abore achia policy gwela ne sei kopone yare.
Through the Solidarity Fund, ActionAid is supporting women and girls in Katakwi District with the aim of reducing early marriages, teenage pregnancies, and gender-based violence by 20%.
They announced the lockdown and the learners went back home. It became worse than it was before. So much so that when there was that partial opening of schools, when we calculated just P7 class alone, about 491 girls had already become pregnant. That is for one class alone. So it's quite a big challenge. It has been so, and it's getting worse.
A number of girls and women in Katakwi were faced with violence. And as an option, most of the girls were married off because then they would bring bride price that the family would use to survive. So for us as ActionAid, this was our area, this was our entry point, because then when we look at the poverty index, women and girls are the most poorest. If we don't do that, then we face the risk as a country, as a district, of one, poverty, two is disease, and then three, we have gender-based violence happening every other time.
Few women and girls can afford to buy sanitary pads to overcome menstrual hygiene challenges. Research has shown that as a result, many drop out of school, while others are married off young. To overcome this, ActionAid through the Solidarity Fund has skilled 25 girls from the sub-counties of Toroma, Ngariam, Magoro, Kapujan, and Omodoi.
Pesurne mena agwel na borongera ache alem na chapa na dai na pakin dan na pai aweni kinike da usi koda no palo na pai yo iche ara ache para sa kuine mogo munja na pai ni kona inja achapa kona pai iche ara jaste anapite ngopungu ne mame pone chipa kipale di kidioko mame pone doko ino yo lepo. Se ala mi tengo de la ActionAid, anwa itu musoda pesuru no chalo, aya na chwana ishani kinisio, kupa ne mame action isnikoni. Ne rono gia usa eto soma borono. Se ala mi tengo mesime, yata nikinede kikisaro de mchana ya ay palike sirigin abunera ishani kinisio asomuna.
Members of this group in Kapujan sub-county have improved their skills further. They are now making and selling clothes to earn income.
I thank ActionAid for being assisting us with this program. I know how to make pads, how to make other clothes. In future, we shall be able to make money and money. We shall be able to sell these clothes and also pads. I'm also going to teach our girls in our area how to make pads, clothes, and everything I can teach.
These girls are also distributing the pads they have made in a bid to fulfill an ambitious target of reaching 1,000 girls with reusable pads.
So far, our group have given part to 37 girls, each one 2. We do this work so that girls don't get challenges like absenteeism from school, begging parts from boys.
The countrywide lockdowns instituted to curb COVID-19 has led to unprecedented levels of gender-based violence against girls and women. Levels of teenage pregnancies in Katakwi district are among the highest in Teso region. When delivering, almost all the girls undergo cesarean operations and they need blood transfusion. ActionAid, in partnership with the district, organized a blood donation drive that greatly benefited these young mothers.
Although there was dire demand for blood, especially for those mothers who end up in theater, sometimes people in Kataku would donate like 20 units, up to 30. But when we had this drive, we had a drive a day prior to blood donation. The next morning, we harvested up to 120 units of blood, and that was the first time we got enough blood in Katakwi. And now when we go for blood in Solidarity Blood Bank, we're also recognized as people who donate blood as Katakwi. All that support came from ActionAid.
We are handing over learning materials from P3 to P7 to the District Education Office to support children who are right now at home to continue with their learning.
For Katakwi District Local Government and Education Department in particular, I'd like to say we are very grateful and thank ActionAid for this support. This is going to go a long way to help our children who have been on a lockdown for quite long, almost coming to a year, to refresh their minds and reactivate the thinking so that by January when we open, hopefully, I think they should be at par with the rest of the world.
ActionAid also provided learning materials of different subjects for children of Primary 3 to Primary 7 to enable them study remotely during this time when schools are still closed.
ActionAid has given us learning materials. We are going to read these materials.
Now that I have this book, I am going to revise until I complete.
I'm going to read with my friends. Where we not understand, we are going to ask a teacher.
During the second lockdown, women and girls at the COVID isolation unit were having challenges of accessing food and non-food items because there was no support from government. ActionAid came in with timely support of food items to the isolation center and a dignity kit for the girls and women.
What entails a dignity kit is the sanitary pad or pads, and then we had the pants for women. We also had the washing soap and then the bathing soap. Just basic for the women who are at the isolation center. And then we provided food in form of rice, posho, name it, looking at the nutritive aspect, because we were conscious that we had women there who had children, we had women there who were pregnant, and therefore we also had them who were COVID patients. Therefore we provided that category of food for them, and we also provided other non-food items to the district, like the hand washing facilities. We provided hand washing facilities to the isolation center, to the district, and public places where we had public services being delivered, health centers. So that was our contribution in the wake of COVID-19, but looking at a gender lens.
ActionAid has also strengthened the referral pathway to address gender-based violence issues. They are working closely with health workers, police, community development officers, and community monitors to ensure timely services for victims of gender-based violence. Though it was limited in scope because of the little available funds, support from the Solidarity Fund has put a smile on the faces of many people. For Betty, who had lost hope, and many other girls, there is a reason to live again.
There is that say that when you educate a girl, you are educating a nation. On behalf of Katakwi, this local government, and on behalf of education, and to me, as a grown-up girl child, I would like to thank ActionAid so very much for that initiative, because it has taught us a lot that a girl child, amidst all the challenges that they are facing, can be brought out of those challenges.
Thank you so much on behalf of Katakwi Local Rights Program. We would like to thank all our supporters out there, that the support that you gave us has been able to put a smile on the faces of the girls and the women in Katakwi. And we would like to thank Katakwi District Local Government for the collaboration and the partnership in enabling this project to be successful. We are grateful as Katakwi Local Rights Program. We are so glad and we are so happy for this support, and we are privileged to be among those who received this money. This has changed lives of the girls and women and has put a great smile on their faces. We thank you so very much, and we hope for the best.